Ooh, yeah, yeah. Music is love. Music is life. Music is everything you need by your side. Sometimes you laugh, and sometimes you cry. Sometimes you reflect on everything that's happening in your life. Cats talk to sin on a Tuesday morning at 11:30 a.m. on SABC2. On SABC2, where you belong, 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 yeah. Music is a universal language that inspires common human feelings. It bridges gaps between cultures, it breaks down boundaries, and can even bond people who are thousands of miles apart. Some say music makes the world go round. Others say it makes the world a better place. I say music is life, because I can't imagine my life without music. Today on Talk SA, we're going to be looking at the South African music industry, the artists and the music that help us as South Africans stand out from the rest of the world. Just like you, my vrne.
Ho na le batho ba nanang hore ho fedile ka mmino wa Afrika Borwa. Re tsamaile mmileng ya Gauteng ho utlwa hore lona le nanang ka taba e. Le rata ofeng mmino? Hape le rata sebini se feng?
Op hierdie stadium ek hou baie van Freshly Ground as dit nou Engels is en in Afrikaans ek dink Nia Nel en Rihanna Nel eintlik Rihanna Nel is op hierdie stadium nogal goed en Bobby van Jaarsveld want hy is baie mooi.
Mina ngithanda nje uSahara. Thanda ucula le bathi loliwe. Ngithanda kakhulu ivoice yakhe inhle. Kundlula bonke.
Like music industry yangapha South Africa, like it's mostly based manje to the standard sangad. Like partly like US or Europe. Like we're all trying to fit into one standard of music. But at the end, music is just music.
Some people say hore, South African music is dying. What do you think about that?
I think it's not true, you know. Yeah, but so much change. Like now, those people who are emulating like Americans. So when us South Africans, we love our music with WHP. So yeah, so but some music are on anyway. Yeah,
but I think there's a problem with the youth in like the music itself. We don't listen to our own cultural stuff. Mina ngumZulu. I don't listen to Mpatkan. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but I think maybe what publicity-wise, when they actually sell it, the people that sell must sell more of the local things to local people, unlike trying to be Rihanna, Abokeli.
Loliwe. Hey, icula kamnandi man. Iloliwe.
Johnny Clegg o butsitsela. Ho na le ba se ba mo latelletse. Sean o ipitsa ibubezi elimhlophe. Ka mantswe a mang ke tautshweu. Ehlile o bina maskandi.
Hey, so welcome to Talk SA. Siyamukela.
Ngiyabonga. Hello all everyone out there.
Tell us ukuthi ubani and what do you do?
Yes, my name is Sean Blanche. My stage name is Ibubezi Mhlope, and I'm a musician. Yeah, I sing Zulu traditional Maskandi music, and I sing a lot about the Rainbow Nation. I'm from Itigwini in Morningside. I grew up for the taxi drivers, used to play their music for me. And I liked it, so I used to take my guitar with me because when I was 16 I started to play the guitar as well, and I would sing them something, you know, the Click song or Chikalema Weni or "Was a Friday, my darling" by Johnny Clegg, you know, he's my role model or something, and then they would also, and then I would write songs and ask them, you know, hey, what does this mean in Zulu? Then they'll quickly translate it for me on a piece of paper. Sometimes they would invite me on stage, come play with us, you know. I'll go with them, you know, the chords. And I was like, it was such a beautiful learning experience. And I would say, my father always told me to expect the unexpected.
Na libhubesi limhlophe licula umaskandi limhlophe lona lelibhubesi and it's unjoyelekile ukuthi umuntu omhlophe acule umaskandi. How did people receive you?
Hey, I remember first when I was Paga that bear shoe and I was going to Santon and Rosebank. Yo, sometimes the management stuff, when they first saw me, was like, what the hell, you know? Is this going to get married? Or they didn't understand it, you know? And I said, guys, I'm a musician, I'm coming to play here, you know? But here in town, they used to love me so much, eh? This is when, hey, Tati Tombi, man. They used to take me photos like crazy. If I was charging 10 rand a photo or 5 rand, I would be a rich man.
Sure, I can imagine.
But I mean, I enjoyed it so much, you know. It's just that some people understand, you know, what I was doing. Other people didn't really understand, you know.
Akusitsheleke ngeyibongo zakho.
Yeah, ibubeze lemhlophe. Nkunzi malanga. Yeah, it came from, I was sitting in studio one day and it just came to me, you know. I thought of a white lion. Actually, another guy came in and he said Nkunzi Mbuv, but I knew that name sounds like someone's name, and also I didn't want to take his name, you know, because he's gonna grab my money, you know. So I thought, that sounded good. Then I thought, I am a lion, that suits my character, and Ter Blanche, you know, my surname Ter, White Earth, you know, it's French. So I thought, white lion, oh yeah, that will work for me. And then I schemed to myself, okay, then I went to the owner of the studio, because I was working in another studio. I just said, what is white lion in Zulu? And she said, hey, ibubeze lemhlophe. I wrote it down. I said to her, just write it for me on a piece of paper. She wrote it like this. I said, okay, this is my new name. She said, what? So the next day I was at Samra registering my new name. I'm telling you.
Uyasiphatha like high, uyasiphatha. Uyasiphatha like high, uyasiphatha.
Wesosabile nganyaka kwethu sesingaxabana kangaka sixabanelani na.
Woohoo! Thank you for teaching me.
Hey, you're most welcome.
Hato ke se yuhuta, re kopana le batjha ba Motse Kapa ba ratang mmino wa jazz. Hape re tla be re kopana le Thaso yeo e leng producera ya motswako.
You saw me standing
Vandag besoek ons die Kunstekaap Theater waar die jaarlikse jazzfees plaasvind. Die fees bied die jeug 'n geleentheid om hulle talent tentoon te stel binne die jazz genre. Kom ons gaan in en ons met die soliste, die regisseur, as ook Kunstekaap se direkteur van gehoorontwikkeling en opvoeding.
Ons is besig met die jeugfees al van 2001 en dit het nog net gegroei. En wat belangrik is ons kyk na die jeugontwikkeling en ons kyk na die oogmerke van die jeugontwikkeling, van ons land se oogmerke. Het ons gekyk na waarna streef ons as 'n land. 1976 was eintlik 'n keerpunt in ons land, toe die jeugdiges regtig waar besluit het, maar hulle moet deel wees van die stryd op bevryding. Maar waar staan ons nou huidiglik in Suid-Afrika? En in 2001 het ek besluit met 'n span, met my span, om te kyk na hoe kyk ons na vaardighede vir jeug en veral in die kunste omgewing. En hoe sê ons vir jeug, hoe gee ons hoop vir jeug? Maar ook om te kyk na die agtergrond van jeug-entrepreneurskap, maar om te sê, wat kan jeugdiges vir hulle self ook doen? En dan net 'n platform te skep vir jeug.
Youth Jazz Festival ke pontsho e hlahisang dibini tsa jazz tse nang le talente.
As ons kyk na die jazz jeugfees wat ons tans het en vanaand is dit regtig waar die roem van musikante wat gaan optree. Is dit regtig waar om te sê dit gaan ook oor 'n genre wat regtig waar die afskeep was destyds. En dit was maar net in clubs wat regtig waar ons ikone wat jazz is wel gespeel regtig waar uiting gegee het aan hulle talent. Ons kyk na Miriam Makeba. Vanaand gaan ons die nuwe generasie Miriam Makeba's na luister. En dit is waarom dit belangrik is dat ons die genre in 'n teater moet ook wees. So vanaand sien ons regtig waar die talent van ons jeug op die verhoog. Die tweede vaardigheid wat ons na kyk ook om in die teater te wees is op tyd. Om op tyd te wees, jy moet oefen. En vanaand sien jy ook dat jeugdiges werklik waar gewerk het met mentore, met die persone wat ikone is in die jazz, ikone in die musikante wat regtig waar al voor vir hulle gegaan het. Maar wat vir ons belangrik is die vennootskappe tussen musikante wat al klaar op die wêreld verhoog is en dit is hulle teruggee weer aan ons jeug van vandag.
And then they suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. I met someone whisper, please adore me. When I looked my moon, I turned to gold.
Life is about jazz, you know, everything is about jazz. Music is jazz. It is my first time as the musical director. I have been involved in previous years as a mentor on the Jazz Fest. The selection process was quite difficult and hair-raising at the same time because, you know, you've got to sift through, you know, a lot of artists, but you pounce upon, you know, an artist with the X factor who's got that wow factor and you like just, whoa, where did this child come from, you know? Jazz is looked upon as a form of music, but because it is an improvised form of music, anyone can really play jazz. So, the youngest kid, if he can improvise, he can play jazz.
Sewe jaar oud. Is baie klein. Ja, ek het altyd trompet gespeel het. Ek speel omtrent baie. I had the privilege to play, I play for UCT Big Band, I'm the lead trumpeter for that, and that's where I studied. I had the privilege to play with Jimmy Luther at the Jazz Festival. I play at a lot of places, and one of my mentors also on the festival today, and Camilo Lombard, and I play with him from time to time. So yeah, I get a lot of playing done.
I'm a music producer. I'm a music fanatic. Let me just put it in that way. I've produced the likes of Zola, WHP, Morafe, Dukes, like the list goes on and on and on and on. So yeah, we have a huge culture of music that has not been re-explored. I mean, a lot of Americans are looking into old school South African music to revamp it in whatever style they would want to do it. So South African music hasn't been as explored as international music. Every time we think of sampling, we're sampling
American music, you know. Whereas when I live on Mahlatini, when I live on my Hotel Queens, when I was in Cape Town, I did a lot of drum and bass music based on South African music, you know, and it was only sold in Europe. So when we look at it, is that Mzansi, we still have so much more music that we can explore, which makes it very difficult for me to accept the fact that they're saying South African music is dying. It's a definite no.
With the different rappers that do Motswako, they're all so different, but there's just that vibe that you just can't get enough of.
Motswako is started a long time ago, you know. I think every upcoming whoever wanted to rap, and they wanted to rap in Setswana, and hence Motswako is the people that I can easily say I chose to work with was boys from back home, from Mafike, you know. The first question I was asked was, do they rap in Zulu? I was like, hey, these guys don't know Zulu at all. You know, it was a challenge, but it was a challenge that was overcome. I think after a long run within the music game, they needed something. People in general needed something new, something fresh, and hence Setswana rap or Motswako became one of the main genres that took South Africa by storm. You know, I was also shocked when I was in Durban and Dukes was performing. Like, I was amazed looking at 10, 20,000 people and they were singing along. I was like, what? And I asked a few people, do you know what Dukes is saying? He's like, my man, I don't care what he's saying. What he's saying is nice, you know? Typical example of what I'm talking about is Zola. Zola became a sensation in South Africa throughout. Zola was big in Botswana, where they don't know Zulu at all, you know? So it's more like for you not to know what they're saying, but the music to intrigue you in that manner or to tickle certain fancies in you. That's what Motswako music was doing, which is exactly what Zola was doing, even though people didn't understand the language, you know what I mean? So it's the music itself that is being created in a certain way that people relate to.
O ka botsa hore sebini sa gospel le DJ wa mmino ba kopana kae? Setsheng aya ona le bona ha thoke se ye khutla.
I do house, you know. It must just start with a kick, you know. And some songs they take 3 minutes or 10 minutes to finish.
Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are joined by Pash, who is a music producer. He's a writer for Music Industry Online as well as a DJ. And we've also got Angel Mkhunu, who's an urban gospel artist. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Now, Pash, a certain DJ recently said that the music industry is dying and he wouldn't advise people to get into it. Is that true?
I don't think music industry is dying, and I don't think it's going to die anytime soon. There's a saying that, you know, music is life. I don't see us living without music. I can imagine life without music. It would be a misery, you know. It really keeps us going, and, you know, just imagine in the car you need music, you know, at home while you're making food or chilling with friends. Or when you're stressed. You know, exactly. You know, when you want to go out, hang out and have a few drinks and there, you know, you need music. So I think we are very far from music industry dying.
So Angel, as a relatively new artist, what is it that you love so much about music? What has made you decide that this is what I want to do? I want to be an urban gospel music artist.
I was like, you know what? I want to show a different side of gospel, you know, show it with it. Give a little sound of R&B, hip hop,
like some swag,
you know, swag in gospel. So it draws the attention of the young people, because young people are not really attracted to gospel music. So now when they hear the sound, they're like, wow, so gospel music can actually sound like this, you know? Because I got a lot of comments. People are like, is this gospel music? Are you serious?
Nice.
And yeah, so it's when people give such comments, it's very it's uplifting, man. You just want to go on, you want to go on. It's lovely. I love music.
And you feel good because you feel like, okay, what I would like to do, I'm doing right, and people are relating to it, which is the whole point, because we don't make music for ourselves, we make music for people at home to enjoy and to love. The studio, what happens? Cause studio, Paji, what's it like when you're making music in the studio?
I think it's an art, I think you've had this very same thing. I'm one person. I just don't wake up and say I want to do a song today. I wait for that bug, to hit me hard. Something within to obligate me and go to the studio and make a song. Sometimes I'll wake up in the wee hours because I'll have a melody in my head, and sometimes I'll try to ignore it, but it's just not gonna go away. Yeah. So sometimes it starts with a kick, I'll just because I do house, It must just start with a kick, and some songs they take 3 minutes or 10 minutes to finish.
I would imagine you don't only have to perform in a church. Yeah. You can go and perform at live venues as well. How has your experience been like that?
Actually, it's funny you should say that because I've actually performed in places you'd never think a gospel musician would be singing. Because I've once performed in fashion TV.
Wow! Imagine that!
Gospel music. Wow. And then I've also done a show with Matu Mesesho where he was showcasing his line, his range, and I was there, and people thought it was actually hip hop or whatnot. And then they asked me later, "Was that gospel music?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that's how we roll, man. We get in there.
We conform.
No, we don't conform to these standards. We move and we
and I mean, then that means your message is going beyond where it's expected to go.
Exactly.
Which is
and I think
that's music for you.
And I mean, I think it's good. As the music industry as a whole, to also do music with very strong messages. I think I've passed that time where I'll just do a song for party people. I'm more now into putting together a house song with a very strong message. I just did a single recently that's doing rounds. It talks about, it's a Xhosa song called Uyiyo. It talks about being a true African and standing up and making yourself known and telling yourself that you can pull it off regardless of any circumstances and not letting people pull you down. So I think it's that time where we look back and say, they've been done that, people have done the sing-along songs, the party beats and all of that. But let's take it back, let's take it back to the origin, let's start feeding people with positive message, even if they're in a club, they must know that they can make it,
Yes, you must be inspired. And
Sure.
it's what we need. It's South Africans and the rest of the whole world, in fact, it's what we need.
And besides just positive messages, like messages.
Not just
Not
bubble
just
gum.
anything, you just want to sing anything just because I can sing now. It means I must just sing anything.
True.
So
Decide on a
messages.
message.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it has to have one.
I'm waiting for
Thank
that.
you so much, guys. Yes,
I'm
definitely.
waiting
I'm
for
looking
that
forward to hearing both
collaboration.
of your
I'm waiting for
songs
that
and the
collaboration.
collab.
How? And now you are excluding yourself.
No, I'm saying both of your songs are already out, and then the collaboration. Exactly.
And that live performance.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
It's a pleasure.
It's been awesome. Well, you found out a bit more about the music industry, and I hope you enjoyed it. We all love music, so let the music play, and let's make good music with great messages. Let's keep talking on Facebook, Talk SA, and on Twitter at Talk SA. Until next week, Hariboing. Let's keep talking SA. Thanks once again, guys.
Se lebale ho kopana le rona Facebookong kapa re romelle maikutlo a lona ho 33120.